Yo, 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 hit that like button. It's ugly out here today. It look cold outside, don't it? Hit the like button. We gotta talk about two things today, man. We gotta talk about Jane Dale lying ass. Talk about Jane Dale for lying. He just don't stop the shit. This nigga's fuck. Keep putting the lying ass nigga on the documentary. That's my whole thing about it, right? But I cut out of that Diddy shit. All these people been lying. And you still put them on a documentary. Like, that's crazy. But we'll get to that. Lamont Roach, Pitbull Cruz. Who out that fight, man? Wait till some people come in. Who watched the Lamont Roach fight? Now I forgot it was coming on. I ain't catch it till like the 6th, 7th round. When I got off work, I saying that he got moved to knockdown. Hey yo, hey Kenneth. So look, like I said, I didn't watch the whole fight, but I'm gonna tell you what I did notice from round 6 through 12 is yo, them announcers was motherfucking D-riding hard as a bitch. Like I'm sitting there looking at the fight. What's up, Evan? I'm like, yo, what are they saying? Like Lamont Roach, another great round. I'm like, what the fuck is they talking about? Great round? Like he ain't did nothing. Yo, he look weak out there, yo. I'm like, oh, he ain't did nothing. Like, what are they saying? What's up, Evan? That I'm missing. Yo, but did anybody else think like that? Yo, the announcers was riding this man every round. Lamont Roach, blistering right hook. Like what? Like what the fuck? Like I don't know, yo. Maybe I was geeking, yo, but I think Pitbull Cruz actually won the fight. To be honest, based off the judge score of 115 or 11, it show you that more than likely he won the fight. Like that's a serious discrepancy in the score. Yeah, yo, he won that fight, man. Lamont Roach wasn't doing nothing. The announcers was lying. I'm like, yo, why are they doing this? It's like, yo, they misleading people, man. Like, I was not seeing these blistering blows and great shots from Lamont Roach like the announcers was announcing. Like, I didn't see it. And then it's like, Lamont Roach winning in every category except for body shots. Like, that's just something not to mention. Like, he was killing them in body shots. Those shots count. You feel me? All hits count. It don't matter if it's body shots, head shots, power, jabs, whatever. But I just didn't see what the announcers was doing. Yeah, yo. I ain't even see that part. I ain't even see what they take a point from him for. I heard him announce it though. You know. Yeah, the announcers was very biased, man. Like I don't know. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. I ain't never seen the announcers be that. I mean, I probably have. You know, I'm sure it happens before. But I just didn't understand why it be so biased to Lamont Roach. I think so, yo. I think that's what I was thinking too. Like maybe they try to make since Tank ain't boxing and he tied with Tank. Maybe they trying to make Roach the guy. It has to be something like that, yo, because I never like the coverage of that fight was wild, like for real. I don't think Pitbull was looking ass, yo. I think the announcers was just saying that. I mean, he did have a lot of misses, yo, but he landed some punches too. Even in the fight, he only landed 7 punches this round. Like, what the fuck is they talking about? They landed way more than 7 punches. I couldn't be the only one that's saying that, man. Ain't no way I'm the only one that's saying that. You only got 4 punches this round. Like, man, hell no. That man landed at least 15 punches that round. It's like they wasn't counting his punches or something. I don't know, yo. That shit was crazy. See, that's what we had at the press conference. Lamont Roach post-fight interview.
Bet MGM. Make it legendary. Coach of the year right here, baby!
Half of our less than an hour removed from your fight. What's going through your mind?
Damn, I hope everybody enjoyed it.
And let me say this too, y'all. I'm glad this happened to y'all. Because the way he carried that shit, the tie after that Tank fight, yo, he was way too arrogant, way too cocky. And the crazy thing about it, he know, just like I know, that Tank wasn't even trying to take that fight. It's like he used that, and I get it, that's what people do nowadays. He used that as a way to cloud himself up. But yo, you know, just like most people in Baltimore know, that Tank wasn't trying to fight. Well, I know that Tank wasn't trying to fight. So I just didn't respect the way he was going about it. Like, yo, all right, you tired, but you know you ain't fight the man at top level. Now, that's not your fault, that's his fault. But knowing that internally, it's like, oh, come on, bro, you know you ain't really fight top-notch Tank. You know what I mean? You fought Tank at probably 60%. They only trained for like a month. You feel me? That nigga Tank trained for like a month for that fight, man. But alright, let's get back to this.
Honestly, you know, obviously I proved that I'll fight anyone. Again, this is not my natural weight. And I moved up again and fought a tough competitor and Isaac Cruz. But 2 times in a row, it's crazy. I can't fight my opponent and fight the judges. It's something we got to do about it. I think I won, and I think I definitely outboxed them. All I need is an even playing field. That's all. I'm gonna come out there and show my skills. I'm gonna show my grit, my will, everything else. And I think I broke my hand in like the 5th round or something like that. So.
Questions for Lamont Roach, raise your hand and we will give you a microphone.
Lamont is Kevin. No problem. Lamont is Kevin Garcia, aka the Puerto Rican Kid KG. I mean, my first question is, I think the first question of many, especially the hardcore boxing fans, talk to us a little bit about the style that, you know, you took into the early rounds in the fight. I think many people were shocked that, you know, you were willing to exchange with him in close quarters, that you didn't box, maybe use movement, your jab, and set the fight up a little bit more. What was the thought process? What led you to take that style into the early rounds?
As I figured out in there, because obviously everybody see Pitbull just one way. When I got in there, I was like, he probably got some, you know, he'd give me some leeway. So when he did, I took it. And I felt more comfortable right there, honestly. I I think obviously boxing him was good. I was mixing it up, but when you get those opportunities to back up a pressure fighter, it's something in them that's like, damn, he ain't going away, or he not moving backwards. Why is he not moving backwards? Why is this not working? And you can tell by the way he started skating around the ring, trying to change his game plan up. It's just like, and then started waiting and moving, and it's like I disrupted him. I started winning rounds, and that was after I broke my hand. So
Just
That nigga hand don't look broke, y'all. Like, I hate when motherfuckers be doing that. Tank broke his hand and still knocked the nigga out. You feel me? Like, that's like how LeBron James be when he get put out the championship or get put out the playoffs. Now all of a sudden you see that nigga with an ice pack on his leg, ice pack on his shoulder. Nigga might come out and crutches. Like, oh, come on, bro. It was a subpar performance, my nigga. It was subpar, bro. That's what it was. God, he broke his hand. Hand don't look broke to me. You can see them bitches, both of them.
Sorry to interrupt. Just one follow-up to that. I mean, just in the corner, what was the conversation like? Because obviously a fighter sees it one way, a coach can see it another. It's not just the coach, it's your dad. Senior, did you agree with the style in the first rounds? Was that conversation, like, keep doing that? Or was there any talk about maybe switching it up?
Got a bonker deal on the new Samsung Galaxy S25. Yeah, Gemini, when's their next train coming?
Right now.
Ah, nutcrackers.
It was a draw, but people upset. Lamont Roach fans upset, thinking he got robbed, but he didn't. I think he lost. From the rounds I watched, I think he lost. And they say Cruz dominated the earlier rounds. So I caught on from round 6 to 12. And I ain't see him do nothing special. I ain't see him do nothing that deserved that warranted him a win. I didn't. I seen the announcers misleading the public in their coverage. I definitely seen that. Coverage was very, 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 very biased. Like, very biased. It's like they was highlighting Roach punches. But when Cruz landed a good punch, they minimized it like it wasn't nothing.
We prepared either way. It's easy. We brought in some great spawn pressure fighters that worked all camp, and I knew we could fight that fight the whole fight if we wanted to. It's a matter of what we wanted to do. I knew that we would back Pitbull up. I knew that we could bang with him on the inside. I knew it would be much easier. We could have made it a lot easier on our end and make it a born fight. But he showed grit. He showed his competitiveness even with one hand. So if I didn't go back and look at the tape, he told me he thought he broke his hand like maybe about the 5th round. But he still was throwing it. Stopped a little bit more like the later rounds when there was a lot of openings there, but he fought beautiful, man. We just ain't get this decision. We got a draw. We did get a loss as well, so we go back to the drawing board, see if they maybe want to run it back.
Steven Coreno, KOR Sports. Congratulations, Lamont. I feel like saying that was just an incredible performance. You said you broke your hand. Was it like a certain punch or something? Did you hit him like on top of the head? Something like what was it that you feel? And talk to me about the sensation of like, oh shit, I think I broke my hand.
I honestly don't remember. Like what exactly did it. But I know when I came back to that corner, I told him, I said, man, I think I broke my hand. And I knew like when I came out the next round, he jabbed me and I like blocked it and it hurt, and I was like, it's fucked. So, I still continued to try to throw it. Like you said, it was openings, but my hand was really, 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 really hurting. And, I'm not trying to make that as an excuse. I used everything else I had.
Come on, y'all. I hate niggas always do that. You make an excuse and then be like, I ain't really trying to make no excuse. Well, you should have never said nothing, bro. You know what I mean? You ain't trying to make an excuse. You should have just not said anything. You definitely making the excuse. Definitely making the excuse.
And I succeeded. I did. I was winning the exchanges. Other than that, I was catching the punches and slipping punches. I just don't. I don't really. I don't want to make this excuse. I think I did well enough to win with.
Yo, after watching that fight, you say he better than Tank? After watching that fight, what did you see? I didn't see nothing special. I didn't. He not an elite level fighter, man. It's like that shit was not elite. It was okay. He's an okay fighter. At best, I ain't gonna say he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. Yo, Tank would have fucked Cruz up in that ring. Get Tank in that ring when he focused against Cruz and his short ass arms. Man, that shit would have been a knockout. What are you talking about? That shit would not have went no fucking round. That shit would have been a knockout. He even engaged with Cruz. Imagine Cruz engaging with Tank that way. Man, we talking about knockout, man. Cruz almost knocked him out in the 11th. Y'all remember that flurry of punches they had at the end of the 11th? Damn, they knocked him out right there. He won that round. Just based off that flurry. Man, shit, all right. Where my man at? Where my man from DC, man? My man from PG. Fuck my man name YouTube page is, man. What's really real, man? Where the fuck he at? I know he gonna pop in.
With one hand.
And just talk to me about the official knockdown. Obviously, he caught you. You kind of flew backwards into the ropes. The ref stopped it. Just talk to me.
I don't think he won, though. Yo, like, I think the announcers was lying. Go back and watch that fight again. Listen to the coverage of that fight. Yo, it was biased. They was lying about the punches that Cruz was hitting and missing. It was lying. Oh, Cruz ain't do much that round. I'm like, what are they talking about? It looked like he did something to me. It don't look like Roach did any better. Like, he didn't do anything to separate in that fight for that shit to be a win. I didn't see him do anything. He did a lot of holding, grabbing. Looked like he was tired. He was trying to put his weight down on Cruz every time they tussled or grappled, whatever you call that shit. Yeah, he was missing. He was missing. Roach is missing too. But the thing about it, they wasn't announcing Roach misses like they was announcing Cruz. I'm telling you, the announcers is the reason why what people think the fight went a certain way. Because I'm watching, and I'm wondering where they saying that I'm not. Like, maybe, they're a little closer to the fight. Maybe my video was lagging or something. But what I seen versus what they was reporting or announcing was two different things. Watch it again. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying.
To me about that and just how hurt were you really? It seemed like it was too hurt, but obviously.
Nah, I wasn't hurt. I wasn't like hurt. He just hit me with a good shot. We exchanged. I was on my back foot and I stumbled and my glove touched the ground, so that's an official knockdown.
BetMGM is where you leave ordinary for something a little more interesting.
What's up, buddy?
All right, we now have in the room Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Again, like Lamont Roach, showing what a true champion.
Tank don't want to box no more, man. Tank don't have the love for the sport. That's why when people kept trying to make it seem like Tank was this, that, Tank don't have love for the sport no more. Because I think this is what happens with Tank. Tank been boxing since he been 7 years old, man. And it started off as a love for fighting. But as you start moving up in ranks, it start getting political. It ain't really about boxing no more. It is, but it's a lot of politics involved. I don't think Tank liked the politics of boxing. I mean, I don't think he liked the politics of boxing. I don't think he liked how everybody was coming at him disrespectful online, but then behind closed doors, it's another thing. I just don't think he liked that shit. If y'all remember, Tank wasn't trying to fight Roach to begin with. Y'all don't remember? The fight got postponed like 3 times. Tank wasn't trying to fight, y'all. He done with it. He came to get money. He moved his mother out the hood. He provided a nice life for himself. He done. And I don't think Tank likes the spotlight either. I don't think he likes the spotlight. No, that shit, fame ain't for everybody, man. Fame ain't for everybody. I just think Tank one of them guys, man.
He truly is tonight. What an incredible matchup between these two. Opening comments for Isaac Pitbull Cruz.
Ok, Isaac, algunos comentarios iniciales de cara a tras lo que fue esta pelea.
Nada, antes que nada quiero agradecer a Lamont Roach, a su papá, a todo su equipo de trabajo, y creo que dimos una gran pelea. Como lo dije, vine a dar un gran espectáculo a la gente de San Antonio, y bueno, no quedó en mí, quedó gracias al referee que se vio el favoritismo, y bueno, dimos una gran pelea, que es lo que a mí me importa, dar una gran pelea a toda la gente, que es lo que se merece. Muchas gracias a ustedes.
Well, thank you very much to everyone that made this fight possible. I want to also thank Lamont Roach and his team for making this an outstanding fight. And I thought that that the referee had favoritism, but in the end, the most important thing was that the fans got a great show. That's what I wanted, and that's what they got. So it's really about the fans. It's about you guys. And again, thank you so much for making this happen. Right? Or questions from the media? Over here? Okay. 1 second.
Okay. Just a question for each fighter, just one each. Lamont, congrats on a great fight. Isaac, saludos por la gran pelea. Lamont, do you want an immediate rematch, and how do you see why do you think you will win an immediate rematch in decisive fashion?
Of course, I think the best thing to do is move forward with an immediate rematch, and I would say on somewhat a level playing field. I don't know why they think that the judge or the ref was on my side when I got hit low a lot. I got hit low a lot. I mean, it's boxing; it happens. I got hit low a lot, and he was holding every exchange. So, again, I'm not complaining. It was a hell of a fight, but it's. No, I really wish that it's just an even playing field. That's all.
Sean, before you continue, let me let Isaac know what Lamont was saying. Bueno, entonces Isaac, lo que acá Lamont dijo fue que fue una gran pelea, pero que vos también estabas golpeando. Entonces, eso fue de esta pelea.
¿Y los rapid punch?
What about the rapid punches, Lamont?
¿No cuentan?
They don't count? What happened? You're complaining about the low blows, basically, but what about the rapid punches?
La oreja?
Yeah, the
bueno?
hits to the ear, that was a good punch.
Cabezazo?
The headbutts? What about
Cabezazo?
the headbutts?
Is good?
Yeah.
Punch? No. Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, Sean. Sorry for the interruption.
Thing, it looks like an ordinary hiking stick. This is from Rhino, USA, and it's built for way more than one.
Isaac, do you want an immediate rematch? And obviously he feels he won the fight, and he gave his reasons why. Well, what are your reasons you feel you won the fight? And again, you want an immediate rematch?
Bueno, Roach, y segundo, ¿qué opinas de lo que él fue decir, no?
¿Quiere revancha la gente? Hagámosla. Yo no soy David, estoy listo para la revancha.
Okay, do the fans want a rematch? Do you guys want a rematch? I'm not Gervonta Davis. I'm ready for a rematch right away. Isaac, ¿y tus conclusiones de la pelea en general, más allá de lo que dijo Lamont?
Estoy feliz con mi desempeño y bueno, callamos una vez más bocas para toda la gente que decía que no sabíamos boxear. Callamos bocas y lo demostramos.
Look, I'm very happy with my performance, and I'm glad that I was able to shut some people up that were saying that I wasn't tactical enough or not smart enough. I thought I checked all the boxes tonight. Next question, please.
Yes, this is for Isak Cruz, Brendan Taylor, True School Sports. Isak, in the later rounds, you were doing a lot more moving around than we're accustomed to. Was that by design or was it from fatigue?
Isak, durante esta pelea te moviste mucho más en el ring que lo que estamos acostumbrados. ¿Eso fue por diseño, por plan previo o por fatiga?
De ninguna manera, no es por fatiga. Creo que, como lo dije ahorita, demostramos que Isaac el Pitbull Cruz no es un tirapiedras, sino que también sabe boxear y ahí está, lo demostramos ante ustedes.
No, it was in no way based on fatigue. Like I just said, I just showed that Isaac Cruz is no Flintstone. I'm not just someone that throws punches. I'm someone that knows how to box, and I proved that tonight.
It's Kevin Garcia. My question is for Pitbull first. Pitbull, were you surprised with the style that he took into the early rounds of the fight? I think most people would have assumed that Lamont would have boxed a little bit more, but he was willing to engage with you in closer quarters. What were your thoughts on that as it was happening?
¿Qué opinabas, Isaac, de cuando Lamont estaba más dispuesto a intercambiar golpes en los primeros rounds? ¿Te sorprendió esa disposición?
No, de ninguna manera. Como yo lo dije, veníamos a trabajar inteligentemente y a hacer nuestro trabajo en lo que hicimos en el campo de entrenamiento.
No, I wasn't surprised at all. And like I said during fight week, I was able to fight smartly and I was able to adapt to whatever circumstance the fight brought my way. Go ahead, next question.
Remy with Cigar Talk. My question is for you, Lamont. I scored the fight, and I seen some people online had their different scores. Do you think a lot of people feel like the fight was really close because sometimes when he was in close, you let him throw a lot of combos, even though you were making him miss a lot and countering him? Do you think giving him that room is a big reason why he got some of those rounds on the judges' scorecard and even a 115 on the scorecard?
Nah, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, if he's punching and not hitting me, then and you can clearly see it, why? I don't think it was effective. His aggression was effective enough to score rounds for him if I was boxing as well. I wasn't just moving around or being there because he forced me to. It was because I wanted to. I was very comfortable.
And also, do you think it had anything to do with the crowd? And I feel like sometimes they were kind of yelling every time he did anything. Do you think it had something to do with that?
Of course, that's how most of the fights go, and sadly that's how some judges are going. But the crowd is always going to be a factor, and especially in a hype and amplified fight like me and Pitbull put on.
Bueno, Pitbull acá, Lamont está diciendo que la gente fue un factor también en cómo los jueces vieron la pelea y que ellos siempre es así en cualquier pelea y por eso él cree que también la pelea terminó como terminó. Go ahead, next question. Carolina, is that you? Yes.
This is Carolina Teague at CT the Mike Slayer on Twitter. I have two questions, one for Lamont and one for Isaac. First, Lamont, you mentioned feeling robbed. What specific moments in the fight made you believe that you clearly won?
The fact that I was controlling the pace, especially when I turned the tide, bringing the fight to him, making him miss, making him pay, catching him with shots in between, making him hold, and making him miss widely. I think some of the connect to miss ratio was, obviously in my favor. And when I seen the copy box, I outlanded him. I threw less. I outlanded him in jabs, power punches, and I think I had another statistic that was higher than his. So there you go.
I've made $50 in just a couple of hours using the Roadie app. Spend the day with me as a driver using Roadie. Roadie is an...
1 second, so let me translate that for Isaac. Isaac, él dice que cree que le robaron en la decisión del empate porque él te superó estadísticamente en varios rubros, por ejemplo en jabs, en golpes de poder, y que él cree que justamente al haber lanzado menos pero conectado más fue superior durante la pelea en general. ¿Qué opinas?
Esos son el tipo de sorpresas que nos dan los jueces. No sabemos qué tipo de sorpresas nos van a dar. Creo que así como él se vio victorioso, yo también. Pero bueno, al final del día los jueces son los que toman decisiones extrañas y y bueno, yo estoy feliz con lo que yo hice.
Look, the judges can be full of surprises, and just like Lamont saw himself as the winner, I saw myself as the winner. But we can control what they decide. They're always unpredictable, full of surprises. But again, that's out of our hands. Carolina, your next question?
Yes, when fighters start having fun in the ring, this is for Isaac, it usually means they're locked in. So when you stuck out your tongue, was that a sign that you were settling into your rhythm?
Bueno, en el momento de cuando sacaste la lengua, ¿no? O sea, ¿qué significó? ¿Significa que te sentías cómodo en tu ritmo durante la pelea? Contanos sobre ese momento.
¿De cuál momento?
El de la pelea, el de la lengua, cuando le sacaste la lengua.
Confianza que hemos ido adquiriendo y la experiencia que hemos tenido. Y como lo dije, creo que demostramos que no nada más somos unos peleadores agresivos por enfrente, sino que también sabemos hacer más cosas y lo demostré esta noche.
It was a demonstration of the confidence that had been building up in me throughout the fight, and it was also a way to show the fans that I'm more than just someone that throws punches. And again, that was just a showing of my confidence. Last two questions, please.
Can I answer, bro?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think he was frustrated.
Dice que cree que estaba frustrado y que por eso le sacaste la lengua.
Le dimos una probadita de su propio chocolate.
Oh, no, we just gave you a taste of your own medicine, that's all. All right, thank you, Lamont. Last two questions.
Kevin Garcia again. The question is for both of you fellas. If, the rematch is not to happen next, right? You guys have both fought Gervonta Davis before. You both had one a draw and one questionable outcome, right, depending on who you ask. There's a gentleman in the back of the room that Pitbull has fought, but now is a champion in his own right, and I'm sure who knows what can happen with the Rolly against one of you guys. What is the route for each one of you if it's not against one another?
Who do you want to start with?
I don't think Lamont Roach can beat Roach. To be honest. I think Roach will lose the Rolly too.
Ok, Isaac. Digamos que la revancha no pasa de inmediato. Acá también hay alguien contra que peleaste últimamente, que es Rolly. Pero ¿qué ruta te gustaría tomar si no es contra Roach en una revancha?
No lo sé, ahorita mi cabeza está enfocada en descansar, en disfrutar de mi familia. Un buen descanso porque fue una preparación bastante dura, una pelea contra un gran peleador. Y bueno, vamos a platicar el siguiente año, iniciando el año con Sean Gibbons, que es mi promotor, con Lamont.
Yeah, but did he do enough to win? That's the question. If you saying he didn't lose, did he do enough to win? Like, I don't think he did enough to win that fight at all. From the rounds I watched, like I said, I ain't see the whole fight, but from what the announcers were saying, the earlier rounds was even worse. You know what I mean? From what the announcers were saying, the earlier rounds was even worse. Yo, the announcers was misleading, man. Like, go back and watch that fight and let me know. Did they announce that fight without bias? That fight, the way they announced that fight was biased, man. It was biased. They only highlighted anything Roach did. But when Cruz did anything, they minimized it. They minimized it. I think that's why most people is confused about the fight. It's just the way it was being covered.
Y vamos a tomar la mejor decisión para seguirles brindando a ustedes las grandes peleas que es lo que se merecen.
I don't know at the moment. My focus is on resting right now and to enjoy my family, enjoy a nice vacation, a nice holiday. And then when the year begins, I'm going to talk to Sean Gibbons, my promoter right here, and then also to Al Heyman, and we'll figure out what the next steps are. Lamont, same question for you.
I'm going to Japan. I'm going to Japan, and I'm going to have fun. Then I'm going to come home and probably go back to Japan.
Sounds good. Last question, guys. Oh.
How does he compare to Gervonta Davis? Is he a superior fighter or is Gervonta the better?
Bueno, si tuvieras que hacer un ranking de los oponentes que has tenido en tu carrera, ¿dónde ubicarías a Roach y crees que es superior a Gervonta como boxeador?
Tiene cualidades buenas y creo que por eso hemos sido los únicos dos peleadores que hemos aguantado 12 rounds a Gervonta Davis y por algo no ha querido darnos la revancha. Y bueno, los únicos dos nos hemos enfrentado y por eso demostramos esta noche lo que hicimos aquellas noches con Davis.
Lamont is definitely a good fighter that has good qualities, and we're the only ones that pushed Gervonta the way we did up until the very end, and the reason why Gervonta didn't give either of us a rematch. So we just showed why we're both quality fighters, and I hope that the fans enjoy this show because it was really, truly a showing of two really, really elite fighters that were at their best.
All right.
Fight of the year, great fight, but this is the third division in 3 fights. Because
Man, they probably got them motherfucking whole houses in Japan. the motherfucking Japanese women probably be acting their ass, right? That's probably what's in Japan. Shit, I want to go to Japan too. Shit, everybody else going. Yo, but all right. Yeah, I don't know, yo. I don't think he did as good as everybody saying he did. I don't. I wasn't impressed at all. Yeah, right. Yeah, it probably get real in Japan, man. We might all need to take a trip. Yeah, right. Yeah, I wasn't impressed though. Man. I wasn't impressed. I was more unimpressed than anything. I'm watching the fight. I'm like, yo, this nigga don't look good. Like, he put on a way better match against Tank. But see, what's misleading from people that don't know is, yo, Tank hardly trained for that fight. He hardly trained. Yeah, man. That's why they looked like they was that's why the fight was competitive, and it looked like it was an even match. He hardly trained, yo. You feel me? Now that's Tank's fault. That's not Roach's fault. You know, that is Tank's fault that he hardly trained. He didn't take the fight, sir. He didn't want to take the fight. So I can't even say he didn't take it serious. He just didn't want to take the fight. But you see when he go against a fighter who trains and equally competitive, yo, he looks subpar, man. He looks subpar. That's what it was. And I'm telling y'all, go back and watch that fight and let me know, was the announcers splitting the fight evenly? Was they covering the fight evenly? Yo, that shit was biased. Biased. Anytime Roach got a good hit, they made a point of emphasis. When Cruz got a good hit, they act like it was nothing. They act like it was nothing. But in boxing, everything counts. Man, Tank had hella shit going on, man. Tank had hella shit going on. Tank don't want to box, yo. Tank don't like the politics. Go watch the Jay Hill interview that Gervonta did. He tell you everything about how he feel going into the fight. I mean, he don't want to be famous, man. He said, I already got what I wanted. I came in here, I moved my mother out the hood. I'm set up for life. And I'm good. Like, there's nothing left for me to do. Like, I didn't come here to be 50-0 and be like Floyd Mayweather and fight 50 fights. Like, that wasn't my goal. You know, that's not everybody's focus. I came here to get paid. You feel me? You like, yo, a lot of these people was boxing because they wanted to. So I was boxing because I had to. And man, this is my only option. Like, yo, this is my only option. This is the only way that I can see me moving my family out the hood. Mission complete. There's nothing else left to do. I mean, these are his words, you know. Well, it's my words, but that's basically what he said. Then we got Jane Dale, goofy ass. Mr. Blow the Light. Yeah, we gotta cover this. Man has 11-hour standoff with police before fatally taking his own life.
I told you I'm not playing. I'm going to die today.
Sharon.
Today.
I need you to listen to me. Who are you talking to?
And I told y'all to come kill me.
Who are you talking to, baby?
I called 911 the other day, and I told them to come kill me. I told them to come kill me.
Sharon, I want you to breathe with me, okay?
I told them. I didn't say. I said I'm not gonna do anything. Just come kill me. And just say,
Listen.
Just tell them I got a gun and I was, whatever.
Sharon, I'm here with you right now, and I know you're overwhelmed right now. Okay, just chill out. Just chill out, okay?
Just move me with it.
Okay, just put the gun down while we talk. That's all I'm asking. Just put the gun down.
They probably all this stuff trying to see. Yes, it's a motherfucking fire in this bitch. You think I'm not? Bitch, I can kill somebody. And people been coming after me. Think I'm not gonna walk around with a motherfucking fire? Oh, is you crazy?
Sean, who are you talking to?
The people, they can hear me. They can hear me. They got a fucking drone and shit. Like, they looking through the wall. I done seen movies and shit like this. I know what they're doing. The next thing they're gonna try to. The dumbest shit that they can do is try to gas me, bro. Y'all try to gas me, that's gonna be horrible, bro. Y'all try to gas me, I'm not gonna lie, I got asthma, I'm gonna die anyways, but so I don't have to go through the asthmatic process of that, I'm gonna go ahead and expedite the process.
We got to cover that one of these days. Cause that shit like, probably like a whole hour. Let me see. Let's see that happen now. "11-hour police standoff ends with man killing himself." That was in Kissimmee, Florida. Okay. Why he do that though? A domestic battery call. When they attempted to speak with the man, he shut the door and locked himself inside later. Suicidal remarks and displayed a handgun. Yo, killed himself over that? That nigga's crazy. That's wild. Nigga beefing with his girl. Killed himself about it. Yo, why is yo, why they trying to come down on Max B the way they doing it, yo? Like, you got Whack 100 pushing fake paperwork. You got the dude Pooh Sims pushing fake paperwork for Whack 100. Now you got Vlad TV interviewing a girl from Baltimore that told on everybody. Well, these guys crazy, yo. Vlad probably tried to interview Max B. Max B turned him down. So he probably like, how else can I get this story? Oh shit, I'm gonna find Gina Conway. I'm gonna interview her. Like, hey, you niggas is crazy. Them niggas is wild. And Max B ain't telling on nobody, man. Like, I don't know why. Yo, he got over sentence, yo. Ineffective counsel. It was a plea deal on the table. His lawyer didn't notify him of the plea deal, man. That's what happened, yo. He had a plea deal for like 20 or 30 years, and his lawyer didn't notify him. Same reason motherfucking Bill Cosby came home. Y'all know that's why Bill Cosby came home, right? Ineffective counsel. Same reason. He was forced to go to trial and got 75 years. He didn't have the option to take the plea. This narrative that he told on everybody, it's like the furthest thing from the fucking truth. They released some paperwork that's supposed to be from Max B brother. We talking about Max B gave all these details about the murder. How when he wasn't there? Like, yo, once people understand that Max B wasn't there, it discredit a lot of the lies. The first lie is he told on the girl. Doesn't make sense. How do the guy that's not there tell? He didn't even know the victims. What could he tell him? The nigga wasn't there, man. The girl got locked up first because the dude who she robbed seen her face. He seen her face. They locked her ass up first. She told on everybody. Really that simple, man. They do want everybody to be rats. They just want silent people to be rats. They don't even want to call the real rats rats. You know, they want to get a real rats passes, but call the silent people rats. Like, it's crazy what the fuck really going on. 6ix9ine bluffing ass finally went to jail. His ass scored 90 days. Still got a break. I said that though, yo. So FBG Casino wasn't the target of that investigation with the federal government. They booked them on state charges, which is still crazy, but based off the paper we read, I said that shit. I said they was on Migo. Migo was the one hot. Nigga told on y'all. Casino just got caught in the mix trying to cop or whatever the fuck he was trying to do.
To 3 months on his probation violations. Let me tell you what happened at the hearing. You got to hear what everybody said because it was an absolute movie, starting with the government. 2 probation violations, 1 MDMA, cocaine, 2 he beat up a guy at a mall. Yeah, the guy was provoking him about being a rat, but he followed this guy to the 2nd floor. After the verbal argument had stopped, he started beating on that guy. The only reason he stopped beating on him is he saw the guy had a gun and he ran. Judge, give him 3 to 9 months. Probation. We're done with this guy. We can't do anything to help him. We've sent every officer. He's had counseling. He's had substance abuse. He keeps violating. There's nothing we can do. His lawyer didn't have much to say. 6ix9ine made a very compelling showing. 6ix9ine got up there with exhibits. He's like ripping out videos. He's like, Judge, I thought it was a Vlad TV interview. Facts, Judge. I'm going to only show you the facts. You need the facts so you could give me a proper sentence. And then he detailed all these instances that people have been harassing him over and over and over again. He's like, man, back in 2020, I'm at these restaurants. The owner of the restaurant's trying to kick me out. I went to another restaurant a week later. The owner again trying to kick me out, talking about this ain't a restaurant for rats. I've been getting yelled at in the street, at concerts, even with security around me. People are punching me. I'm at a UFC fight, going to the VIP section. Somebody hits me in the face with a glass of water. Over and over again, they're coming at me. I was driving in my gated community, and a fake cop car tries to pull me over, get me up out the car. Judge, last week, my house, I got invaded by robbers, masked gunmen. They held my mom at gunpoint. Please, show some mercy, show some sympathy. This is a mental health issue. How can I?
Yeah, I told you that shit was a play. I knew that whole robbery was a play for court. Niggas tried everything. That boy did not want to go to jail. All he gonna do is sit him back the way he was. You know, the little camp he was at that nobody never heard about. You know, at an undisclosed location.
And not react when I'm provoked. The judge hit him with some nasty business because there's nobody smarter than a federal judge. You might think you know what you're doing, but a federal judge will surprise you every time. The judge was like, hey, Tekashi, you remember when I gave you 24 months and then you asked me to let you out early because you have asthma and there's COVID and you can't isolate in prison, I let you out early because of what you told me. And now I just heard you tell me that you went to these restaurants back in August and September 2020 when you got kicked out. Why were you at restaurants with large groups of people just weeks after begging me to get out early so that you could isolate and stay safe during COVID? That did not work out well for him. And then the other two issues, which was, look, on the drugs, he got caught with those drugs after he got violated on probation the first time for drugs, did 45 days, said, oh, those drugs, I didn't even know they had illegal narcotics in them. I thought they were legal prescription drugs. Somebody must have slipped them. Okay, well then why we catch you with MDA and cocaine now? And then the fight, you could have left that fight. Yeah, you got provoked, but you could have left. You went up there, you continued the problems. And so I'm giving you 3 months. I'm giving you some more supervised release. Tekashi 6ix9ine, the saga continues. 6ix9ine, sentenced.
Yeah, so at least we got a break from his ass for the next 2.5 months. It was who, yeah? Yeah, you crazy motherfucker. Yeah, we never listened to 6ix9ine in Baltimore, bro. Like, I don't know where you from, but we ain't listen to him in my city. One this year in Baltimore, might be this year in Albuquerque or fucking Mexico. Yeah, man, certain parts of Texas, San Antonio. But we ain't listen to him in my city at all.
6ix9ine, sentenced. 6ix9ine, sentenced to.
Yeah, so we ain't never fuck with you. We always need to fuck boy. We need to read this. I ain't gonna read it right now. Let's get to Jane Dale, man. His lying ass. Jane Dale and his webber lies. All the fuck they do. Lying ass nigga.
Get ready for fiery fun on DraftKings Casino, the #1 online casino experience and home of the...
Gene Deal, welcome back, my guy. Been a while, man.
It has been, but I'm here, and I figured that after this 50 documentary, you'll be giving me a call. Told you I ain't turning down nothing but my collar when it comes to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, I had to bring you back. This documentary got everyone talking, man. A lot of people want to know why you wasn't in it, man.
Well, first and foremost, I thought I was going to be in the documentary at first until I started talking to that director. I think her name is Stapleton. I don't know her name. I don't know, man. Me and 50 talked like 45 minutes. The producers had been calling me and everything. So this one night, 50 called me up, and they got him on the phone. Me and him was just talking. We was talking about old time shit. Sit down with Black Hands. Sit down with with Puff Kids, the whole Puff situation, and this documentary that he's going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I told him that I was going to, have Kirk and Tim. Kirk will be the one who talk about the business part.
Man, Jane Dale full of shit. You ain't in a documentary. You ain't testified in court. Like, goddamn, my nigga. You got everything about Diddy. You thought he was Diddy's shadow. You know what I mean? You'd have thought that Jane Dale was like, I guess he was a shadow at one point, being so he was his bodyguard. And you would think he would be the #1 choice. The whole documentary should have been surrounded by Jane Dale and his acquisitions. He'd have made so many of them. take these bitches with me. Might get hungry on the road. Yeah, he done made so many of them. This day is gonna be light. Game come on at 1 o'clock. What's up, man? How you feeling? What time you got in? How many calls you did? For real? It's gonna be light today, man. Coming at 9 now. I mean, when we went over that paperwork, we realized that he wasn't a target of the investigation. I ain't think they was just going, you know, do him like that though. Like, you got caught in federal indictment. Typically, you get federal charges. Like, I don't know how he got state charges out of it, but he did. I mean, I don't fucking know. He pulled it off somehow. You know what I mean? Let's check out this Jane Dale character. The character of Jane Dale. That's who the fuck he is. The fucking character. Got this shit right here. Oh my gosh. John Jones. Get a life, man. You get a life. Life is so much more easier if you ain't racist, man. What the fuck?
Stapleton, I don't know her name. The white shit, I don't know, man. Me and 50 talked like 45 minutes. The producers had been calling me and everything. So this one night, 50 called me up, and you know they got him on the phone, man. He was just talking. We was talking about old time shit. You know, sit down with Black Hands, sit down with have Kirk and Tim. Kirk, that they was like family, and I was gonna talk about, you know, the street stuff.
That shit not working.
With the city college, with you know, the time that I knew about when I was with him up until about early 2004 or something like that. But basically the streets, and then the traveling with him and the atmosphere and everything, and then go back into the Notorious Big stuff with the Tupac and the whole 9 years, all the stuff that I knew. You know what I'm saying? So we was talking.
They had that long conversation with 50. 50 probably got the phone like, man, this guy's fucking crazy. My documentary already lying. Like, he gonna fuck it up even more. At least at his current state, I can convince the people that it's true. I bring this lying motherfucker on there, he gonna ruin the whole thing. That's what 50 said. I talked to him. That's what my sources told me 50 said, y'all.
Okay, and he sound like, yo, listen here. They gonna spare no expense with this whole documentary. So I said, all right, cool. So what I did was I spoke to Tim.
Yo. Did y'all hear that? Yo, he say 50 told him that they're going to spare no expense with this documentary. Why? That is a bold claim, y'all. That's a bold statement. They're going to spare no expense for this documentary. Like, yo, it's a lot of documentaries that deserve no expense to be spared on. You spared no expense on a Diddy documentary? I don't know. It just stuck out to me. Make you question, why. That's all.
And I spoke to Kirk Burrows. And I was like, yo, because I had Tim's number. Tim didn't know how to get in touch with Kirk. Kirk didn't know how to get in touch with Tim. But Kirk was trying to tell me, give him the number with the Tim. I said, nah, I ain't doing that. So I gave one of the producers the number in the whole 9 yards to get in touch with Tim because I want to see him get money because I know Tim got a hell of a story with Puff. So then I talked to Tim and I told him, yo, listen here, man, we should go in as a package deal. All three of us, we could tell a hell of a story about this whole documentary. You know what I'm saying? From front to start. Then whatever stuff that they get and everything like that. So let's go in there and ask them for 50 apiece. You know what I'm saying? So Tim was like with it, yo, Gene, whatever, go ahead like that. Kirk was like,
I told y'all. People get paid. People are getting paid to lie. All you gotta do is pay them. You pay some of these people, they'll come on your platform and tell the best lies in the world. Yeah, baby, I'm trying to tell you. So for the people thinking or thought that these people wasn't paid, they was. As I assumed in the beginning. I mean, these guys are being paid to lie and push false narratives. And if you let Gene Deal tell it, they wouldn't spare no expense to get these stories out here. No expense.
go ahead like that. Kirk was like, yeah, okay, cool.
I wonder who funded this. Man, Gene Deal lied like a mother. Yo, Gene Deal was just mad that he got Biggie killed, man. I keep telling people that, man. Listen to him. He's upset, yo. He upset that Biggie died on his watch, yo. He couldn't become, he had to be a traffic cop. He couldn't be a bodyguard no more, man. It fucked his life up, man. You feel me? That nigga, you might ride past Gene Deal. Don't you know how when Scooby letting out and they got the police on the corner or the security guard or the crossing guard, he went to be a crossing guard after that. We already talked about the fight. Rewind the video that we talking about Gene Deal. It's two topics in the title. Yeah, he had to be the one to tell the kids across the street and stop the traffic. He couldn't be a bodyguard, so he went from being around some of hip hop's elite, to being around the neighborhood kids. I fuck with him. He wasn't making the same money. He didn't have the same power because he was head of security with Biggie. But when he became a traffic cop, not a traffic cop, but a crossing guard, he had to answer to somebody. He was, he wasn't the head. Like, he couldn't even tell kids across the street. He had to get the okay from the crossing guard up the street. Hit him on the radio. That's what happened, y'all. You don't believe me? Ask him. He'll tell you. That's why Gene Deal doesn't like Diddy. That's why he been on a 15-year or 20-year slander campaign against him. It's because he was the head of security. He made an executive decision and didn't relay it back to the other guys. You know what I mean? He told Diddy, driver, once he got in the car, to run these next 3 lights. But he failed to say anything to everybody else. So they get in the car, and mind you, y'all, this was a tense situation. It was a lot going on. People was, death was in the air. You understand? I don't know how many people been in those type of situations where man, something really happened. It was one of them situations. So he got in the car and didn't notify the rest of the crew that, we ready to run these next 3 lights. So they get in the car, pull straight off. Skirt hit the next 3. They only got to probably 2 lights down the road. They only got to the probably next light. Biggie gets stuck at the light. Gets murdered, man. And then not even just that. So then he turns back and come back to the scene. and did nothing. No shots was fired. Gun still was cold. No, if he had 16 or 15 and one in the head, when he got to the establishment, he left with 15 and one in the head. He fucked up, fucked himself up. And instead of him to take accountability for what he did, for his lapse of judgment, he's blaming Diddy. That's what's going on, y'all. That's Jane Dale issue. That's why I blame Jane Dale for Biggie murder. Because how you gonna blame Diddy? He had security. Like I could see if Diddy went out there with no security. He had Big Jane Dale. You know what I mean? The biggest of the biggest. He was the biggest at that time. Jane Dale about 6'7". Intimidating. But he just not a shooter. I think Diddy, I don't think he did a good background check on him. You know what I mean? He just intimidating. How sometimes you got them big niggas that's just big for nothing. They look intimidating, but they really soft. I think that's Jane Dale, man. Jane Dale ain't shooting nobody, man. He had a golden opportunity to shoot that night, and he didn't do nothing. So that's Jane Dale issue, yo. So let's get back to
It was like a general census that we was gonna do this in a whole package deal. You know what I'm saying? And then I started speaking to the producers and everything like that, because 50 had told me himself that they was gonna spare no cost in doing this because he wanted to tell the story, and he wanted to tell the story like it was supposed to be told and everything like that. I said, yeah, okay. So then the director, I gotta get her name, man, because it don't even sound. I want to put her on blast because she was telling me, she was saying to me that.
Listen up. If staff abused you while you were locked up in juvie, you are not just stuck with the trauma. You could be looking at 300 grand or more.
What I was asking for was crazy, and they wasn't spending money like that. I'm talking about you got footage, you got clothing, you got. I was doing footage. I had pictures, all the stuff that I had. You could figure out a way to pay a brother and stuff like that. And then I was telling her about some prices that I've already received, and I had the invoices to show it. And then she was calling me like I was lying. I was like, yo, who do you think you talking to? You know what I'm saying? And she was talking about, there's no way nobody.
You can't be mad for questioning on lies. Like, you've been lying for a long time now. So I think she was well for her right to question anything he said. Because this nigga is a known liar. Pathological. You know what I mean? Nigga been lying for years. Lied about Usher. Lied about Justin Bieber. I don't think he ever told the truth. Might have been lying since a kid. A lot of these people just don't start lying. They've been lying since they was in diapers. You know what I mean? You can spot a liar all the way back into, when they was maybe 3, 4, 5 years old. They don't normally stray too far away from that shit. Lying ass nigga.
Paid nobody what? I say, first of all you people come with these documentaries and stuff. The first thing you tell me, y'all tell these people out here that y'all don't pay, and y'all pay. You give, if you can make a picture look like $10,000, $15,000, you know what I'm saying? You can sit here and tell me that you're gonna pay me for my time sitting right down here with y'all. You understand? So then, one thing led to another, and I was like, yeah, all right, well then, F you, I spoke to 50, and then she said 50, and this is exact words that came out her mouth. 50 does not determine what goes in and goes out of this documentary.
Damn. Oh shit, Jane Dale. I kind of figured that anyway. So 50, like I said, and this is why 50's a bitch. Yo, you just was the face. So you linked up with these people to slander Diddy, just to be the face of it. These niggas selling out, man. There's a lot of sellout shit going on, man. 50 probably getting 10% of the profits, nigga. Hey, man, where the fuck the money going at? Can we track down who got paid? he'll probably get 10%. You done promoted this shit, put your face on it with the Good Morning America. Who really behind this documentary, man? That's why I keep saying 50's a bitch. I don't respect him. He's a clown. Because you're doing the white man's work. You're doing the white man's bidding. It's a bitch to me. I don't know what that is to y'all, but I classify those type people as a fuckboy. Yeah, man. Like, yo, that's crazy though, yo. I'm glad Jane Dale said that. You know, sometimes Jane Dale tell the truth. Now I do believe that because I believed that before he said it. You know, because it makes perfect sense. And this is how the industry works. You know, they use black faces to push rhetoric that's not beneficial to black people. They use black faces to push movies that push stereotypes that's not beneficial to black people. This is how the media works. This is how they always work. This is how they going to continue to work. We just got to be better at recognizing it. We need to stop calling this 50 Cent documentary on 50 because it ain't. We need to find out who really behind this motherfucking documentary. Let's see if we can Google it. Who financed this documentary 50 Cent did on Diddy? Sure you can't find it. Nope. Yeah. Can't get an answer on that, y'all. We'll probably do a whole bunch of Googling. I probably could find it, but it ain't gonna be able to do it today. That shit gonna take time.
And he definitely don't pay. He determine what somebody get paid. It's not his documentary like that. I was like, oh, so if it's not his documentary, and I spoke to him like that, I don't need to be doing nothing with you, because I'm doing this on the strength of him. But you gonna pay me if I do it. So it went back and forth, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit, and then they had Kirk Burrows giving me calls and everything like that. What are you calling me for? You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Get out of here. I know what kind of dude you is anyway. Me and you cool and everything, Kirk, but don't call me about no business with this stuff like that. And then what I found out is that he was making a deal, cutting a deal for himself as well as Tim. You understand? And I was trying to get a deal for all three of us. You understand? So that's how them industry cats go. You know, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like this. So then he called me back again, and I told him, listen, don't you ever call my phone again, Kirk? You know what I'm saying? Because we had got into it about somebody calling him. He told me Groovy Lou called him and wanted to know why Gene's still doing this, the Puff and everything like that. And I mentioned it on the Gene Deal show. You understand? I said something. He called me back like I was lying. And listen to me, Kirk. Don't call me about what these clowns and these niggas say right here, bro. And especially don't call me talking about what I gotta fix. When in fact, you know what you told me and you know what our conversation was. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing about why I'm not in the thing, the lady was talking greasy to me. She had no right to talk greasy to me. And then she told me that 50 didn't have the power to do anything, but they using his name to like push the whole documentary. And that's what it was about. So that's why you don't see a cameo other than the pictures they used of me on the film in the documentary. I got like 3 or 4 pictures in the documentary that I've seen of myself. You know, some people say they saw more, but I know three different times where I was certain places that you could actually see me in the documentary, and that's the only thing you're gonna get. But the stories that they told in the documentary,
why you don't see them, bitch?
Come on. They could have went a whole lot deeper. They could have did a whole lot more. I ain't in the documentary because that lady that was the director, I think, what's her name? Alex, Alex State. You know her name, Mighty? Yo, Mighty, just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look this up, all right?
Go a bunch of fucking lies.
Okay. Her name, you know.
Hit that like button, y'all.
Because of him. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't only big. It wasn't only How you feel about the documentary, man? The behind the scenes footage they got of Diddy leading up to him getting arrested, and how you feel about all that, man? Well, what I feel about the documentary, they left a whole lot of key things out. If they was going to do something and they're going to say in the reckoning of Sean Combs, the reckoning, or Diddy, the reckoning and stuff like that, it should have been a lot of people that we lost because of him. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't only Big. It wasn't only Tupac. You understand? For the atmosphere that he put those kids in, you got a guy named Anthony Wolf Jones, who was from Bad Boy from its conception as doing security and being one of the financiers of Puff having to have some money to keep Big and Craig Mack around before he got to Clyde Davis. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't able to tell that story because they didn't have no intel on that story or what went down, or they didn't do their investigations right, which he also led up to the reason why Wolf ain't here today. You understand? They didn't tell that story. They didn't tell a story about Jessica Rosenbaum, who was at the City College situation. You understand? When it was Puff, Heavy D, and Jessica. You know what I'm saying? Jessica was the reason why those kids lost their life, because she locked the door on those kids running down the steps. You understand? You could see her name in a news article, but they didn't mention nothing about her.
Yo. Hold on. I think I might gotta get to work. Yo, I heard everybody mad at Diddy for stealing their girls, man. Diddy was out here taking niggas' hoes, man. Everybody on some tender shit. 50 Cent, Eric Sherman, LB Shaw. Everybody mad, yo. Hey, man. Everybody mad at Diddy, man. Diddy out here hoe snatching. You feel me? I bet out here hoe snatching, man. Niggas upset. Yo, is that true? Is that accurate? Hey, G Dill, goddamn lie, Quay. Hey, Quay, don't believe J Dill. Subscribe to the channel, man. Yeah, J Dill is not who you think he is. Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, we don't believe Jane Dill over here. Come on now. His ass might say any motherfucking thing. You heard me. He told you $11. Man, get it back in blood. Fuck boy. You'll never get it. You'll never get the $11 I owe you, man. How long I owed you this $11? How long I owed you this $11, my brother? Put it on your taxes, man. Tax write-off. You know you can write shit off that people owe you. Yo, but yeah, well, Jane Dill been lying. Jane Dill been lying, man. Jane Dill, I told y'all, see, you gotta find the video. Jane Dill just mad because he had to be a toy cop. He couldn't have a gun no more, man. After Biggie died on his watch, they stripped his gun rights. It's like he was a convicted felon overnight. They took his gun rights from him. That nigga couldn't be a armed security no more, man. It still affects him today. He never got his gun rights back. He never got his gun rights back, man. That's why Jane Dill upset. That's it, and that's all, man. I don't think he deserved to have his. I mean, I think they should have. I think they probably didn't, but they should have took his gun rights. If I held a security firm and I had that type of power, and you made us look bad that way, the biggest rapper in the gang got killed in your watch, I might take his gun rights back. You don't deserve a gun, y'all. Give his ass a wooden one like they did on y'all watched that movie, The Other Guys? Like they did Will, what the fuck that nigga name? Will Ferrell on The Other Guys. Get a nigga a wooden gun, man. Send his ass back in the field. You ain't shooting nothing anyway. Fuck boy. You ain't shooting nothing anyway. You let Biggie die and shit. It's fucked up. If Biggie would still been here if Jane Dale would have handled that situation correctly. Like I said, I don't understand how people. I hope not. I don't understand how people blaming Diddy when he hired security. What is security for? Security is to make sure everybody get back safely, right? So you hire security and motherfuckers still die. How the fuck is that Diddy fault? I don't understand how people let that narrative persist. I think Diddy did the best thing he did, other than not going. I mean, he should have not went. But since he decided to go, I think he did the best thing he could do. He hired Jane Dale, Big Jane Dale. The massive 6'7" bodyguard that ain't scared of nothing. And that nigga ain't shoot. Yeah, but I gotta go to work though. Make sure I hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that keeps you